Hey Taurus, this is your bi-weekly tarot reading. So this is for Taurus sun or rising signs, and it is a collective reading. Obviously, and always, if you want to get more personalized information and get really specific, best way is to get a one-to-one reading, whether that's with me or anyone else. All of the information for that is down below. And also, astrologically speaking too, if you are familiar with your chart, awesome. I would highly recommend looking at where these eclipses are hitting your chart. So for these readings, these are, if you're first time joining, welcome. Also, these are short and sweet little bites of energy, information, guidance. I really was feeling that card to assist you in moving through and navigating from lunation to lunation. And in this particular case, we are looking at eclipse to eclipse. So we're moving from October 14th with the new moon and the solar eclipse in Libra to the last eclipse that we'll have in Taurus for some time on the 28th, which will be a lunar eclipse. And so that's the period of time that we're looking at. These bi-weekly-ish videos are meant to give extra guidance. So I would recommend going to take a look at your monthly video if you want to kind of like put that in the context of something bigger. And also the astrological highlight videos, which there's a playlist for on my channel. So what area of life is being pointed out to you? Where could you benefit from putting your time, energy, and attention into examining what there is there to look at with regard to your relationships of any kind, and perhaps what is in need of getting cleared out, being released. And that can look a lot of different ways, right? That can look like grudges, that can look like clearing the space with conversations, that can look like walking away from connections, that can also look like just resting for this period of time if you feel depleted, if you've been feeling depleted by certain kinds of connections. And the 11th house has to deal with our community connections, so our friendships, alliances, collaborators, social groups, IRL or online, whatever it is, right? So those kind of, that network of connections that we have, right? And so there's something about you owning your value within these ecosystems that you're a part of, within these friendships, within these groups, right? Like owning your self-worth, owning your value, owning what you bring to the table. And in examining that, in owning that, in appreciating yourself in those ways, also being able to own your values and to be able to contrast, like, are the people that I am connected to in these particular communities or groups, are we aligned? Is this the same page? Do I feel drained by this, or do I feel like we lift each other up? Do I feel like we're appreciating each other? Do I feel like my value is seen? Can I own my value in these spaces, or do I feel cut down? Like all of these types of things, right? And so there is this remembering to own your values and to own your value as just like inherently who you are as a human being, that we all have value, right? And being able to just examine, are your connections in need of adjustment or clearing out even, perhaps? You know, the thing about South Node eclipses is that they typically are a release, a letting go of something or some way of being. And perhaps it doesn't mean you need to release people per se. It could mean that you release a certain way of being in their presence, and that you own yourself and who you are as a person in a different way, and that you release any kind of way that you were holding yourself back. There's a different word that I was looking for, but yeah, in that space. So I hope that this feels helpful. Like I said, these are short and sweet bites to help guide through these 2-week periods of time. This, I feel like, is potentially, and not potentially, it actually is just more potent, because we're looking at the time between two eclipses. I don't know about you, but I'm getting pretty hit, like pretty gnarly. That's because of my personal chart and where it's hitting. So, you know, take care of yourselves, up your self-care, pay attention to how you feel, make sure that you are tapping into your support networks, doing all of your self-care stuff. It's so important to do. And, you know, some people get hit hard with eclipses, like other eclipses. It's kind of like, meh, I didn't really feel anything. It all has to do with your personal chart. Remember, these are collective readings. So hopefully this does feel helpful for some of you out there. And if it does, that's awesome. Please hit the like so that it lets the algorithm know that they should put me in front of other eyes while I'm trying to grow this channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos on the horizon, as I am building this channel and planning to put out more and more content, especially probably at the end of the holidays or right after the holidays. So thanks for your time. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.